Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So we have some major updates from the April 4th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The first one being is that Kevin Owens has a serious neck injury, and he will no longer be at WrestleMania 41. Now, some people, of course, in the internet wrestling community think this is all a work, and Kevin Owens eventually is going to come back at WrestleMania potentially, where Randy Orton is issuing an open challenge or wrestling someone different, and KO comes back and hurts him, attacks him, whatever the case may be. Or there might be some Sami Zayn involvement. There was a cool story that I saw yesterday that someone put out that said, while Kevin Owens was making that injury announcement, Randy Orton attacks him, he punts him. Now that puts him out for sure indefinitely for a very long time, so he can get the neck surgery and get everything healed up. But while he's going maybe for more, after that happens, Sami Zayn comes out because he loves him. No matter what they go through, Sami Zayn absolutely loves Kevin Owens. He comes back, he fights off Randy Orton, and then we get a Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton match at WrestleMania. But that didn't happen, so that either tells you one or two things. The injury itself is way too serious for Randy Orton to even attempt the pun kick, where Kevin Owens is just completely done. Anything that might happen to him would make things way, way worse, so you can't do anything to him, or they want to make you seem that way, and then they're leading to something else. But normally, I don't like to think like, oh, everything's a work, everything's a work. That's just not how it goes, and you want to assume that Kevin Owens' best intentions, because from little that I know about him, he's a really pure, kind, compassionate guy. Everyone seems to really, really like Kevin Owens, and he loves wrestling maybe more than everyone else. So the shirts he wears, the things he does, and then you got to say, so he's actually injured, he's out, he's having neck surgery, so absolutely best wishes to Kevin Owens, his family, on a speedy, healthy, beautiful recovery, and God willing, we can see you back in the ring sometime soon. But that also goes to show you his grit, his perseverance, and the dangerousness of wrestling. Dangerousness. That's definitely a word. Let's go. We're using it here on Pro Wrestling Daily. But remember, he had that extremely intense ladder match with Cody Rhodes. Something might have happened there. He might have had the injury before that. Something might have been tweaked in that match. He took that really nasty, scary Alabama slam into the ladder. Could have tweaked it there. Then he goes on to continue to wrestle, and he didn't do much stuff. He had some stuff with Rey Mysterio, but didn't do anything crazy. And then he has that absolutely crazy, unsanctioned match with Sami Zayn, where they did all of the things. One of the most brutal, vicious matches we've ever seen. So KO had those two matches in the last 4 months. So something could have happened in both of those matches, in either of those matches, that could have compiled to create this very, very serious neck injury. And it goes to show you how dangerous this sport of professional wrestling is, and how much these men and women put their bodies on the line. And again, how much we should respect that. We should always be giving people their flowers for doing something courageous and vulnerable, whether that's professional wrestling, whether that's any domain that someone does. But shout out to Kevin Owens. We love him. Everyone loves him. He seems to be a really, really good guy, and he's one of the best WWE superstars of the last decade, and should be given his flowers over and over and over and over again. But that goes to turn to, what will Randy Orton do at WrestleMania? Well, he gave an RKO to Nick Aldis, the GM of SmackDown, on the April 4th edition of SmackDown. And if you don't know, Nick Aldis is a very, very decorated professional wrestler, so that could be potentially a match at WrestleMania. Could be Sami Zayn, like I stated, which could just to take the place of KO to fight in his honor, and then Kevin Owens and then Randy Orton and Sami Zayn just have a great sort of babyface type matchup at WrestleMania, where Sami Zayn is fighting in KO's honor, even though they have this mutual hatred, but also at the same time they have this mutual love and respect, and their friendship goes very, very deep. Or you could have two options. You could have a Rusev or an Aleister Black re-debut with WWE at WrestleMania against Randy Orton in sort of his Randy Orton is getting old type of I can't miss a WrestleMania open challenge. I think that's a fine title for his open challenge. But you could have Rusev or Aleister Black come back and re-debut. What would have been cool is if Randy Orton's out there, he gives the RKO to Aldis, and then Rusev re-debuts right there, pops him, beats the shit out of him. Boom, now we move on to WrestleMania. But it would be cool if it was Aleister Black, because he has these really intricate and cool entrances, and it would be really cool to reintroduce and re-debut someone like that with a grand entrance at WrestleMania, get people back involved with him have a banger match with Randy Orton. He obviously has to beat Randy Orton. With Randy Orton is fine, with wins and losses don't really affect him, since I think Randy Orton is then going to move on to something with a Cody Rhodes, with a Rock, with a John Cena, or we could see Randy Orton totally go off the rails and join the corporate Rock John Cena train and help John Cena defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. We could also see that, which could potentially lead to a feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton without the strap, and then eventually he's going for the strap against John Cena. There is some options for Randy Orton, but I think he will face a Aleister Black re-debut at WrestleMania. That's what I think. Now let's move on to another fantastic situation as we're heading into WrestleMania. We now know exactly what the favor is. The favor is that Heyman has to leave Roman Reigns, and he's now in the corner of CM Punk. So we have Punk and the Wise Man back together. My God, I don't know if there is another performer as good as Paul Heyman. How many WWE superstars can cry on cue in the middle of the ring? The reason why he can cry on cue, and that's such great emotion, is because he actually does love and believe what he's doing. He actually does love Roman Reigns and doesn't want to leave his side, but he really does love CM Punk, and they have a great relationship, and he deeply, deeply, deeply wants to see CM Punk succeed at WrestleMania, especially in the main event. Roman Reigns has 10 of them. He's got 10 main events. He's main evented the last 6. He doesn't need any more. Seth Rollins is one of the best to ever do it. CM Punk now is finally getting his flowers, and Heyman thought he deserved them before he left WWE. Now he wants him to definitely get it, so he's going to be in his corner fighting for him, trying to get CM Punk to win that main event of WrestleMania Night 1. That's how much it means to both men, and it was a great moment and a great segment. Ends with a nice go-to-sleep to Roman Reigns, with Seth Rollins just waiting in the back thinking, yes, now these two guys hate each other. Yes, Seth Rollins and CM Punk have beef, heat. It's all intense, very intense. But if CM Punk can be taken away from his hatred for Seth Rollins into Roman Reigns, now Roman Reigns absolutely has something to hate and something to sink his teeth into, with CM Punk taking Paul Heyman away from him. Now that's there. Could Seth Rollins be the ones that steals the win because he's an opportunist, he's the revolutionary, whatever you want to call it? But I still think CM Punk is going to win that match. But I have an inclination that those two, Roman Reigns and CM Punk, are going to just viciously beat up each other, and Seth Rollins may steal the win, which could lead to a Roman Reigns CM Punk solo feud through the summer, potentially, before either of those guys start to go to the strap, whoever might have the strap, whether that be Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Rock. Who knows who's going to have the strap, what's going to happen. And so that could potentially be the case. So this turns into an even more epic triple threat match at WrestleMania 41, which is obviously going to be the main event, going to be the biggest match of the night, potentially the biggest match of both nights. I don't know if Cody Rhodes and John Cena can top a Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman and all this drama mixed in main event, but where's The Rock involved in the night 2 main event of Cody Rhodes and John Cena? Will Randy Orton get involved? Will we see a Stone Cold Steve Austin? So there's going to be some other extra stuff that happens, and so night 1, night 2 main events are going to be incredible. And then you add all the other matches. Who will Randy Orton face? We got an AJ Styles, we got a Logan Paul, we got a really hot Gunther and Jey Uso, we got an amazing women's triple threat match. Holy cow. I'm not sure really anyone cares about Charlotte Flair and Tiffy. We're just all hoping and praying. Every wrestling fan, every WWE wrestling fan is hoping and praying that Tiffy wins. Tiffy wins big time, and we don't really have to listen to Charlotte talk anymore. But man, I'm fired up for WrestleMania 41. Hopefully you are too. Let me know in the comments down below what match you're most looking forward to at WrestleMania 41, as we're just booming towards it, very closer and closer and closer, like just a couple weeks away. And then, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this channel with every single professional wrestling fan you know on the planet as we grow this channel together. So thank you very much for your time and attention, and I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Cheers.